Hey, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds. And today I got some special guests with me. Ira Spencer, Jason Spencer, and Nate the Nerdarch. So, yeah, well, one of our regulars. But, today we just wrapped up the official book signing party for Armageddon Lecture. There will be a link for you guys at the bottom. Go check it out. But in the meantime, while I got you guys here, let's talk about it a little bit. Okay. Now, we have a very lengthy intro video you guys did a little bit earlier, so we don't need to go into that stuff as much. Okay. Because we'll put that up so you guys can watch it. It'll either be part of this video or in another video. How good does this feel today for you guys?
It feels awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I was explaining to somebody today. This is like the birth of our careers. Okay? So it's beautiful. I'm excited and I'm glad everybody came out to support.
I kept forgetting this is actually happening. Yeah. Only because it was so important that I couldn't believe that was happening. So I kept forgetting that my book was part of today.
I can only imagine it feels surreal for you guys. So, what are some of the obstacles you had to overcome? And not only that, too, I want everyone to know that you guys bootstrapped this thing. You guys did everything yourself. You didn't even have artwork for the cover when you originally started this thing. And now we got this gorgeous cover to look at. Yeah. So, just for aspiring authors out there or creative types, you can do this on your own because these guys, what was that process like?
Well, I mean, from the beginning, I think we decided we were going to self-publish just because we wanted to have that creative control, which is the most important thing for us. It's not even about the money, really. I mean, I want to be able to share my story with the world, but I want it to be my story, our story, I should say, as opposed to somebody else's story told through us. So that was the biggest thing. So really that process wasn't really difficult at all, to be honest. And of course you spend your own money, you fork out, you do your own, it's your own effort. But honestly, I was 100% willing to take on that because I would rather have the creative control than to not have. So that was, I don't know, for me, that's what it was.
I mean, we got rejection letters from publishing houses though. Like, even though we knew we were going to self-publish, a part of us still wanted to try the traditional route to see what the reaction would be if a house was taken. But I mean, I got actually a really good email back saying that the book it was good, it wasn't what they were looking for. So I think at the end of the day, for me, it was waiting on my brother.
Some of the dirt's going to come out.
For the record, the rejection letters were not for this manuscript.
No.
Okay. They were for a totally different manuscript. So, just for that. But yeah, I'm kind of I guess the final, I got the final hands on it. So yeah, Jason had to wait for me to get finished. I got a life. So.
But hey, I know what it's like because we've been doing this Nerdarchy thing for a couple months here, and we have full-time jobs as well. So you're constantly pounding the pavement, getting your stuff out there, coming up with new content material, and then like you said, you have a life too that that is engaging you as well.
Right.
So we completely get that part. Any advice to someone aspiring to become an author?
I would say just keep pushing because it's not as easy as you think it is. It's not easy at all. And you're going to get more people telling you that you're wasting your time than you are that are going to encourage you. So the key thing is just keep pushing. If you believe in the story you're trying to tell, if you believe in your project, if you believe in your art, just do it. Just do it. And then when you're done, you'll be very happy with it.
And writing every day is not realistic. Everybody has to think about writing at least an hour a day. But it's not realistic. There are days where you won't want to write, where you just want to sit back and just look at what you wrote, or sit back and not look at it, you want to watch movies, you want to do other stuff, because it allows your brain to formulate and calculate what you did and everything.
Breathe, it needs to breathe.
Yeah, because 8 years 8 years of writing our own story as a whole. Because this is a 4-book story. This is just the first volume. So, I mean, we worked on a lot more story anyway. So our brain has all this stuff in it, you know. So writing every day isn't happening.
They're oozing Armageddon Lecture out their ears.
Yes.
Jason, favorite character from the book?
Favorite character for me would probably be Serpentine. Lieutenant Serpentine, sorry. That would probably be my favorite character.
Same question.
I would have to say Tenora, who is the main character in this one. Her story is just ultra compelling. It's the ultimate perseverance story. And it's not even what you think going into it. So I mean, it's a beautiful story. I do agree. Serpentine. Lieutenant Serpentine is one of my favorite characters, right? But even with that being said, her character directly impacts Tenora.
Right, that's true. Right.
So, but yeah, so for me it'd be Tenora.
Well, you know, and it's funny that you guys pick those characters because they're polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and part of the really cool part of the book is the tensions between those characters. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything or get into it, you know. But Tenera, you know, also the story with Tenera and murder. That to me is one of the best parts of the book. You know, because this book's got the love story in it. It's got the acceptance story in it. You know, it's got the underdog story. And, it's all in there. And, you know, we also get the perspective of the bad guys.
Right.
You know, and you know, Ira and Jason, you've spoken about that quite a bit, about how that's how you want to write. This is about the bad guys.
Right.
So, you got any questions, Nick?
Yes, I do actually have some questions. First one's not really heady. Who was the first one out of the two of you to really get this started, like get it rolling? Do one of you just look at the other and say, hey, let's write a book?
Actually, this is exactly how it started.
That's on the story this time.
Okay, tell me.
Well, how about you could both tell the story and we'll see where it meets.
My recollection of this is that I was at his house, I was 15, 16, and there was a paper copy of his original story that he wrote in college that I found at his Tom's office desk drawer, and I read it, and I'm sitting there reading it, and I'm like, this is terrible. This is shitty. I was like, what the hell is it? And I'm laughing at it. I'm literally laughing at it. And then it was maybe a few days later where I just brought up to Ira. I was just like, we should work on this together. Because I wanted to hang out with him. He was my big brother at that time. We had a whole different relationship back then. I had a much more adolescent mindset. So for me, I was hanging out with my big brother, and I wanted to keep hanging out with him. And I was like, we can write together. We can do this thing together. I didn't want to be at home. I want to be at his house. So he said, yeah. We started working on it. And then it became this monster. So.
Alright, so Ira.
I mean, that's pretty much the story. I mean, like I said, he came to me. I mean, again, I wrote this original 4-page creative essay, so to speak, in college back in '98. So that's really when this thing birthed, you know. And then, so here it is now, all these years later. It's like 05 or something like that. And Jason has it in his hand, and he's like, we should write this. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, why? This thing is stupid. I'm not gonna write that. And he's like, nah, it'd be cool. You know, and I'm like, whatever, all right, fine. And then next thing you know, we have a 4-part novel series. So that's pretty much what
That's pretty amazing, even the genesis of just some paper that was a throwaway for you to how these things work. So you going, I want to hang out with my brother. Right. So here we are in 2014, and you said you wrote it in 98? Yeah, and here we are, and it exists. It's a real thing now. People can go on Amazon and buy this book.
Exactly.
They can download it for their Kindle?
Yeah,
see?
Barnes & Noble, the Nook.
You know, so, you know, it's a great story. You know, it's another, you know, underdog story about the story, you know, on the outside, which is really cool.
And the other question I had was, I heard a little bit from the book reading. You talked a little bit about how there's a lot of religious allegory with Revelations. Is there any other specific parts that you really drew from that correlated with biblical concepts, or is it major Revelations parts?
I mean, I think throughout this series, there's all aspects. There's different aspects of the Bible that you want to get. the whole thing about the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. That's a big part of this story. That story and how it translates, really more so in volume 2. This particular one, a lot of it was revelation, but there is literally aspects of not just the Bible, but just a lot of what's the word I don't know, general religious or spiritual concepts are used a lot in this story to tell it. Because my villains are anti-that. So it's like this parallel. You have this human society that is very devout, very faithful in what they believe, and there's a singular belief system. And then you have these other characters who have, to themselves at least, proven the non-existence of said faith.
But it's not just humans either; it's other civilizations.
Right.
In the book, you'll see how the villains go from planet to planet. Like you get to see that take place, and how they basically destroy the idea of their faiths.
But with that said, there is of course a consequence.
Right.
No pun intended, but pun intended actually. Because that's the title of volume 4, actually. There is a consequence.
Right.
So, with all that being said, obviously that part I don't want to give away.
Without spoiler.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. I mean, the whole idea. I mean, and not to get too long-winded, but the whole idea is, of course, everybody believes in something. Even if you claim you're atheist, you don't believe in something, or you believe in being atheist. You're atheist. So this story, I think, kind of forces you to kind of think about what it is you actually believe in, and if you were to come face to face with that scenario, what exactly would you do? How would you react? What would be the reaction? What would be the decision-making process you would make in that time? And the reality is you have no idea, despite your faith. And that's what the story kind of goes into.
So, what inspired you guys? Like, I know you're inspired. Obviously, the religious connotations are there. You guys drew from that. And, there's some inspiration from the fact that, you wanted to tell the bad guy story from their point of view.
The angry daddy. Sorry.
I mean, but again, but that's all part of it. That's all part of the. I mean, I think that the biggest inspiration to tell the story was the fact that we just wanted to tell us. Again, I mean, the bad guy thing kind of makes sense from the perspective that we just wanted to tell a story from a perspective that you just haven't really heard. Right. That's all. It's like, okay, well, aliens are going to invade the Earth, or they invade some planet and destroy it for some reason or another, right? Well, why? Why?
And what happens after that?
And then what is the result of it? So that's what you have here. What you have here is an alien race, not of this Earth, who have a particular motive to invade it, destroy other worlds. They have their own culture. They have their own lives. They live. They exist. They breathe. They do that. So we wanted to give our readers that story, the story that you just don't get from any other sci-fi genre. You get it in small pieces, but not really. You watch Star Trek, you see a bunch of aliens, but you don't really get into the inside core of their being, of their existence, of their culture. You don't really, except Klingon, that's it. But even then, nobody really knows about Klingons. All you know is they speak some crazy language, and that they're warriors, and they fight, and they're black people, and that's it. That's all you get. You know what I'm saying? But you really don't know about the Klingons. You don't really know. You don't go day to day, wake up in the morning and deal with Klingons. That doesn't happen in Star Trek.
Which would be awesome.
So, which would be great. But that doesn't happen. I mean, not on a level that you, as an everyday reader or movie watcher, can see. So the Armageddon Lecture is that. The Armageddon Lecture is, okay, here are these creatures, here's this species, and this is what they're doing, here's their plan, here's their motive, this is what they're doing, and how it affects us.
So it's very immersive.
Very immersive.
From that perspective.
It's very immersive from that perspective.
Well, I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to reading it.
I have read it, and I can say that's exactly what it is. And I'll go a little bit further to say there's a little bit more to it than that, especially when you get into the storyline and see how humans and humanity in general affect this alien race. They infect, in our own way, they infect them like a virus.
Yes.
So outside of the story, what about authors? Are there authors that inspire you guys?
Oh, definitely. I mean, a big Ray Bradbury fan. Octavia Butler fan. I mean, I don't know. I could go on and on about that. I mean, big sci-fi. I mean, period. I like sci-fi, but also I like movies, I like action, I like adventure. Jason, on the other hand, he's a big horror.
I love horror,
fantasy fan.
Blood,
yeah, he's all about
let
that.
Me know.
So really, what it is we kind of come together as creators and bring those things together. You know, originally our idea was let's tell the bloodiest, goriest, craziest, most insane stories we read. But then we're like, all right.
And we did. And then we had to be like,
we're like that one,
Men in white coats in our future.
I mean, I will say, yeah, we definitely had to kind of tone it down and actually tell a tangible human story for what it's worth, so that people can relate. You know, but again, that's part of the growing process.
Well, there's one instance when you guys have been talking about that. There's one instance in the book where you really see that. I'm not going to say it because Nate hasn't read it. You guys out there probably haven't read it yet. But there's a pivotal moment where that is just embraced.
Wait, don't get it twisted. I mean, our creativity is in that story. But it's there. It all makes sense. You know what I mean? None of it is for nothing.
Right.
It is, especially our Melanite characters. They exist for a reason. They have a purpose. Each of those characters are all different. But you get to understand their culture. You get to understand the way they are, in a way that you just wouldn't in any other type of sci-fi story.
Yeah, any story written from the perspective of...
I mean, the violence that me and my brother like to share is really embodied in these particular characters specifically, but only the ones where it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense for all of those characters to be in. So there is a method to the madness. So we don't do anything for convenience,
Right.
so to speak.
There's no writer's convenience.
Good. It's been a long day. I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys have any final thoughts you want to throw out there. Personally, I enjoyed the book. I read it a couple months ago when it was first accidentally released on and then I started giving it to people to read, and the people that have read it have enjoyed it, and they, like me, they want to know more about the characters and what happens next, and what about this thing, and what about that thing.
Right.
So I feel as authors, you guys did your job because I have questions.
Yeah.
And if the book wasn't good, I couldn't read the whole thing. Right. There's so many books that I just started. I wouldn't get to the end, but there's definitely a genesis through the whole story where the writing gets better and better. And if this is your first work, I can't wait to see the second. I think it's going to get better and better.
Thank you.
You got any final thoughts? You guys want to say anything?
Buy the book.
Buy the book.
Amazon.com. Amazon.com.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble, yeah. I mean, it's available on Kindle. It's available as paperback. It's available as pretty much every ebook format. Smashwords, you can get it there from every ebook format. So
you can go to our website, which is www.thebrotherspencers.com.
You can get it all there. Oh, we also have merchandise.
We have merchandise. You got Armageddon sheets.
You could actually get the book cover on a set of sheets.
Nice. Well, anyway, the link will be below. I'll link to your website. They'll be able to find you guys. So, this is Dave. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.